facing. Among these, the survival of microorganism in the food product is the most important problem, because whatever the food has to be prepared, and whatever the critical step for preparation of food should ensure that whatever probiotic microorganism should survive for these food processing steps. Second is, upon consuming this probiotic preparation, the passage of this probiotic from the oral cavity to intestine, it has to pass through the stomach. The stomach is very high acidic. Stomach is highly acidic, and also it do have enzymatic environment. So where also the probiotic has to be survive in order to pass through it and get colonized into the intestine. And the third important problem is, upon reaching to the intestine, it has to be colonized in a epithelial cell lines of the intestine for the proliferation and the growth. So for that, several approaches are there which can ensure the stability and better survival of microorganism in product, as well as the passage of this probiotic microorganism upon consumption, and also it ensure the efficient colonization within the intestine. The first approach is the microencapsulation. So to improve the survival of this microorganism, if we entrap, encapsulate or immobilize this kind of probiotic microorganism within artificial or biological membrane, support or covering, which ultimately provide the stability and selectively can release them inside the intestine, make more probability of colonization of probiotics from this kind of preparation. Second important factor that contribute into the survival of this probiotic culture is the prebiotics. These prebiotics are the non-digestible carbohydrate food substances which cannot contribute to the normal diet, but can selectively benefit the probiotic microorganism for their growth or for the colonization into the intestine. So this kind of prebiotic factor are gaining importance in a recent era. Also, beside this, we have to make sure that whatever the product containing probiotic bacteria should be supplemented with certain food additives which do have role in the promotion of the probiotic bacteria and extend the survival. Among these, the fibers and vitamins are very important. First, we will look into the prebiotics. As I have explained, the prebiotics are non-digestible food substances that selectively stimulate the growth of favorable species of bacteria inside the gut, and thereby benefiting the host. Because this prebiotic act as a buffer, whatever the passage of these microorganism, good bacteria inside the oral cavity and stomach, where very highly acidic environment is there, this buffering action can help them to protect during its passage through the stomach. If you look at the commercially available probiotics, then among these the important are the lactulose, fructooligosaccharides, isomalt oligosaccharide, gensho oligosaccharide, lactosucrose, galactosaccharides, xylo-oligosaccharides. These prebiotics can be consumed about 10 gram per day without any side effect. Among these, the most popular is the inulin, which can be permitted to consume 10 gram per person per day, while fructooligosaccharides at a dose of 5 to 8 gram can be permitted. Previous slide, if we look at the prebiotic effect, then the selection of these prebiotic substances has to be conferred that whatever the prebiotic should be resistant to stomach acid, enzymes or gut absorption, as well as it must be resistant to heat and cold. Besides this prebiotic should able to undergo fermentation by the intestine microbes, which produce the acid and make the condition favorable for the growth of probiotics. And last is, prebiotic also able to stimulate the growth and activity of beneficial microorganisms in the gut. So these probiotic and prebiotic both are very essential in order to ensure the health of the person. The probiotics are a bacteria which perform essential function within the gut, while the prebiotics are the non-digestible substance which promote the growth of probiotic inside the gut and make the condition favorable for the colonization of this probiotic into gut. And that's why it is advisable to have a combination of probiotic and prebiotic to confer this kind of health benefit. So that combination of probiotic and prebiotic is known as symbiotics. Now friends, as we all know, most of these probiotic, prebiotic or symbiotics are taken along with the food material. So if any food that confers the usual function of diet, and beside this if it can also provide the benefit of one or more target functions in the body beyond its basic inherent nutrition like therapeutic values, then that food is known as functional food. This kind of functional food first time came into practice in 1991 in Japan. The first probiotic functional food was poshu, that is food for specific health use. Next. Now these are the various functional food containing probiotics. Among these, the major are yogurt, cheese, acidophilus milk, bulgaricus milk, yogurt, bifidus milk, buttermilk, sour cream and kefir. If you look at the beneficial microorganism as a probiotic present within this functional food, then the lactobacilli and bifidobacterium are prominent. In few of the preparation, streptococcus is also prevails. Now, because these are the microbial preparation intended for the health prospects, we must have to check its efficacy and safety. Whatever the commercial probiotic preparations available, it has been established that a daily dose is required to get the health prospects. Whatever the preparation available have not standardized for the number of probiotic microorganism per gram of the food, and that's why for the better efficacy these probiotic microorganism per gram of the food matrix has to be standardized. Admin, there is not a single case has been reported where this probiotic do have any involvement with the human infection, but because these are the food preparation intended to use for the health prospects, we must have to ensure its safety. Although there are few cases, that is particular cases where few side effects were reported during the clinical trials. Among these, the septicemia was reported in few of the clinical trials when upon the consumption of probiotic by critically ill patients or immunocompromised patients. Patient with the severe pancreatitis will be at a risk of death if they consume the probiotics. These probiotics produce the gases as a part of their normal cycle, and if that gas will not be balanced or will not be in a harmony with the body, then it will build up and it expel in a form of flatulencies, batches and bumps. So these are the few side effects, but looking to the overall growth prospect, these are the particular cases, and it is found to be probiotic preparation are found to be very effective without any side effects. Now next we are looking to the future prospects. As in a modern era of science, we have tools like gene technology or rDNA technology. So utilization of this kind of technology can help us to study the unculturable strains present within the gut environment. We can also dig out many mechanism or mode of action of microorganism present in the intestine, and we can also learn the novel function present within them. A focused research on the shelf life, the survival of probiotic through the stomach and intestine tract, and also the further addition of these to epithelial cell is required. Beside this, production, handling and packaging are also the key issues to be investigated thoroughly. And at last, we would like to conclude with this. As we all know, looking to the magnitude of health prospects by these kind of good bacteria, we should have to consume this kind of bacteria in a daily dose basis. Also, to develop the novel kind of probiotic preparation, a close network of medical experts, nutritionalists and microbiologists is required. And to make this kind of products more and more popular, the flow of information from the research to healthcare professional and to consumer is also very necessary. Friends, with this slide, we finish our presentation. Next. With this slide, we finish our presentation. We advise you all to eat probiotics for the healthy life and for the longer life. We here would like to acknowledge the Directorate of Higher Education Department, Government of Gujarat, for giving us opportunity to interact by this kind of novel online lectures. We are also thankful for the support staff of BISEC for their contribution. And last, we would like to sincerely thanks to the Principal, College of Food Processing Technology and Bioenergy, Anand Agricultural University, for their support and guidance to deliver this particular session. Thank you very much.
SANDHAN, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.